One of the best parts of working here at KENW TV through the years has been my ability to meet and work with students and see the fine work that they do and see them learn about the television business. We have the privilege of being able to use some of the material they work on, some of their projects that they make to help them learn about television on the air sometimes here on You Should Know. And we have a program now about New Mexico fashion that was done by Kat Moore, one of our master's degree students here at Eastern. And I'm sure you're going to enjoy this program and see that she has done a very nice job.
Welcome to Insight to New Mexico Fashion. I'm your host, Jessica Farkas, and I'm sitting here with Holly Stoltz, who is a jewelry designer. Tell us about yourself, Holly.
Well, I've been designing jewelry and making the jewelry myself for almost 35. I've been in business for 34 years. I started my business in New York City in 1980, and I trained in Manhattan. I have a 4-year art degree from Wilkes University in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. So I have a 4-year art degree where I did painting, drawing, sculpture. We had one class in jewelry that was actually not taught by a jewelry designer, but that's where I got my interest. Immediately, I realized that I wanted to do jewelry. I went back to my parents' house, which is in New Jersey on the beach. We lived on the ocean. And I went to New York, and I studied at the Kulik and Stark Academy of Jewelry Art, where we did 22 karat gold. I worked in gold before I worked in silver. So I made everything in high karat gold when it was $103 an ounce.
Wow.
It is no longer $103 an ounce. It's more like $1,250, and depending on what it is. So I make the work in wax. I make the jewelry, I make the originals. This is the lost wax process. So everything is made in wax first, and then it's cast into jewelry. And then I construct it, or I set stones or pearls.
Okay, so tell us about these pieces here and what they're about and how you came up with these certain designs.
Okay, these are my orchids, and then this is the bouquet of lilies, which is what I got, which is what I have on in gold right now. So it's 12 lilies. And what's special about these pieces is that you're not stuck with one design. You can move the pieces from necklace to necklace. I call them enhancers.
Enhancers.
So
okay.
They can be, you're not just stuck with one piece. Like it can be worn on, if a woman owns her own pearls, then she can just put them on her own pearls.
So she could buy the metal.
Exactly. She could buy the enhancer.
The enhancer.
And then she can move it to different necklaces.
Okay.
So this is the bouquet of lilies in silver, which is what I have on in gold, and you can wear it with 3 strands, 2 strands. This is a double strand, kind of like the Jackie O look that I love, and that you can just keep interchanging.
Add these to just the basic pearls.
Right, you can just do anything. So this is another double strand. This is my orchid. I love orchids. I have about 15 orchids, and I love flowers, and because I grew up near the ocean, I grew up on a farm in New Jersey actually, so I was surrounded by my mother and her flower gardens, and I'll never forget that I used to go through her jewelry. I used to go through her, I just could look at her jewelry forever.
And so that's kind of what inspired you
So
to
that was
go
just
there.
like an inspiration, and so I love a subtle look. I do a satin finish. I trained in New York where everything was kind of shiny. And now I guess I've been in Santa Fe for 22 years. So I guess I'm a desert rat now.
Now you're a desert rat.
Now I'm a desert rat.
You talked about how the woman has a form, that they're not just flat pieces.
Right.
And that's kind of what inspired your jewelry, correct?
I believe, yes, there's nothing flat about a woman. So in studying sculpture, a woman is like a sculpture, just like everybody's a sculpture. We're three-dimensional. So I don't like flat jewelry, no matter what it looks like. I believe that it should have some form, and that earrings are designed to be looked at from all different directions. So it's just kind of fun, it's a fun thing where it's not just static, and they have form to them. And this is particularly a special metal. This is a Argentium sterling, and it is the finest silver you can buy. So I don't work in regular sterling silver that's going to tarnish. This is a tarnish-resistant sterling silver.
And we're talking about this Argentium,
Yes,
the finest silver
the finest
that
silver
you
you can buy.
find
So it has to be stamped with a unicorn.
with the unicorn.
Right.
Well, we have some models here
Oh, excellent.
to show off the jewelry and that form that we see on women, and to show the pieces that stand off. So
And
tell
she
us about
looks
this
beautiful.
piece.
Well, she's kind of like an ocean look here. This is my waves. So this is the double wave, and then the earrings that match too. And waves come in 3. So I have another one that's 3 waves going across, which is like a different look.
Okay.
And this can be taken off. So she does. This is chalcedony, and it's a faceted chalcedony, but it doesn't have to. That's not the way it has to stay. Then we could just put strands of pearls in here instead.
But keep this metal.
But keep them,
Yes.
keep this in the center. So there's just a lot of variety. It gives people choice. I believe we're all Americans and we want choice.
Very nice.
Thank you.
We have another one to show off more of a pearl look in that form.
Lovely. This is my metamorphosis. And
Tell us more about that.
Well,
What
it's like
is-
the butterfly, right? It's how things change. You go from the cocoon. You go from the, So I don't know. It's just. Some people think it looks like a flower. Some people think it. I mean, I just made that. That's called my metamorphosis.
Your metamorphosis and the earrings as well, correct?
Yeah. Those are the double petal.
Very beautiful. Thank you.
You look beautiful.
So, what made you name it the metamorphosis, if I could ask?
I don't know. It's just what comes to me. Just what it. This is my orchid.
Okay.
This is my orchid with black pearl. So you can take the centerpiece off and put it onto white pearl, black pearl, whatever your heart's content. Opal, it really doesn't matter. I don't do so much turquoise because it's really, I think it's been done in Santa Fe quite a lot. And I don't compete with the native turquoise.
But I can notice that you have
But you can
turquoise
wear
on.
it, yes.
You can
You can put it on turquoise.
add the pieces.
And that's the fun part. You can just use what you already have. So it's actually sustainable.
Well, the black pearls are just lovely
Aren't
with
they
the silver.
stunning?
Yes.
And she looks stunning.
Thank you. So beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for adding to New Mexico fashion and such great and unique pieces. We truly appreciate you being here on the
thank
Insight
you.
to New Mexico fashion as well.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
for
It's been a pleasure.
Welcome back to Insight to New Mexico fashion. I'm sitting here with Sandy Votro and Felicia Harris. Sandy is the founder of the Model Movement. Can you tell us more about that?
Yes, my business is called Model Movement, and basically I am a model mentor and a runway coach, and I've established my business actually now within the last year, though what I have been doing now for almost 14 years. Just working behind the scenes, coaching models on runway techniques, teaching them photography, just posing skills and posing techniques, and just allowing the models to be knowledgeable models so that when they go in on a job that they can be themselves and shine because they know how to use their angles, how to use their posing, whether it's on the runway or in front of a camera for photo shoots, and always put their best face forward.
Always put the best face.
Yes.
So it's more of a modeling school, you would say?
Yes, that is Model Movement's ultimate goal right now is to get myself established as a full-on modeling school for New Mexico, just because there are so many beautiful faces around, and I do believe that New Mexico is a little bit of an underdog where whenever a model makes it out into the bigger city, they are loved by many, but the starting point is really difficult here. So what I really want to do is just start drawing that attention to the business industry, just within the fashion industry actually, and teach them that we have not only beautiful models, but smart models, knowledgeable models, and that through the school, of course, if they hear the name Model Movement, that they will know that these models can deliver and that they are worthy of being paid because they will deliver the product the way that it needs to be done.
These are talented
Yes.
people coming out. And
Yes.
Felicia is one of your models
Yes.
within the movement, right?
Yes, Felicia is actually one of the models that I have met since living here in Las Cruces and have mentored over 6 years now, and she has grown tremendously. It's been so much fun to have her come on board and have her go from being shy and almost, questioning everything that she does. And now I know that I can take her with me onto a job, and I know that if I put her in front of a camera and give her minor direction if I happen to be there, or if she just goes with a photographer, she will deliver beautiful pictures, and people are talking about her, and that's exactly what I want with every model that I get to work with.
Awesome. Tell us about that, Felicia. What's your experience like?
Wonderful. I started modeling when I was 17 and didn't really know what I was doing. Thought, stand in front of a camera, look pretty, and that's all there is to it. I met Sandy working in a retail store, and she came in and let me know about her school. And since then, I've just learned that there's so much to it, that behind the scenes that you don't know about. There's technique, there's a science to it, knowing what looks good on you, what doesn't look good on you, how to move with your body type, what to do when you have, everyone has those flaws that they're not comfortable with. We all have them. And part of being a model is posing correctly to hide those or show off product or just show emotion, so much more than pretty much anyone would really understand just looking at a magazine.
And that is actually a really good point, what she brought up on when she was referring to as hiding. I always like to encourage the models, don't talk about your negative and don't draw attention about the things you don't like. As models, we all have something that we don't like about ourselves. We're human. So the whole purpose of a successful model is to take into account, like, what is the features that you love, or what is something that you can't change about you, and how can you turn that into a highlight so that it becomes a thing that people talk about when they see you. Just like for me, for example, I started modeling when I was 10 years old, and I've been on again, off again. I had some modeling opportunities in Germany. I've modeled in England. Now I live here in Las Cruces, and I've been modeling in El Paso and also in Las Cruces. So it's been a lot of fun, but the reason why I know even at my age now, even though I have my business and I am going into focusing on my business, I still have opportunities coming my way, and I think it's because I've learned to say, okay, you know what, I have a lot of freckles.
Have them. Yep.
They're there, and people talk about it, and I could either go, you know what, I hate them, or I could say, you know what, this is who I am, and just put the makeup on that highlights them, bring it out, and say, yes, this is me, and I know you want me. So,
I'm here,
and then
this is what you get.
exactly. And so I tell the models, like, if you don't like your arms, here's techniques that you can use to change the look of your arms. You think your hips are too wide, well, try this and do this, and turn the things that you don't like away from the attention of the camera, and then the things that you do like about you, you draw in so that people don't even notice the stuff that you don't like. And that's what good models do. That's why when we look at them, we're like, wow, they look so perfect.
They're comfortable in front of the camera.
Exactly.
And so that's kind of what you're teaching.
That is exactly what I teach.
What do you think this will do for New Mexico fashion? Will it bring New Mexico more out there, more predominant in the fashion industry?
That is my goal. I really hope to bring in different agencies and just draw the attention and make them realize, New Mexico has been a silent place, and there are modeling agencies in El Paso, Texas. There's also agencies in Albuquerque and just in the surrounding areas around New Mexico, but it just has still been a very quiet place. And with everything I've been doing so far, I'm learning that as I get to talk to the different models and work with them, and even when I get hired to choreograph runway shows, no matter where I travel to, they are all very, like the ones that are really absorbent in it, and then I show them what they're capable of. It's amazing how the look that they have, and then bringing up their confidence and saying, oh, I am beautiful just the way that I am, and I don't have to make myself skinnier, I don't have to do this. I can find my niche, and just when they get that education and that confidence grows, it's amazing how all the models that I've been able to touch, how they're growing in the industry, and people are wanting to work with them and asking to work with them, and that is my ultimate goal, and that is why I wish to create a school, because I believe that knowledge is key. Beautiful is very important, but more important than that is just knowing how do you survive the industry, so when you get turned down, you're not...
you're there.
Exactly.
Well, thank you so much for adding to the New Mexico fashion industry.
Thank you very much.
Welcome to Insight to New Mexico Fashion. I'm standing here with Abby Cafara and Blanca Martinez, and I am the co-host, Versia Hodges. So, ladies, tell me a little bit about what really inspired you to become a model or pursue that career.
Well, I would have to say it would have been me seeing Sandy's pictures and just looking at her and being like, wow, I want to be just like Sandy. even though I'm a little short, I just wanted to be like Sandy, so I went to her model movement, and I was just like, Sandy, teach me, show me the ways. And
Oh.
Sandy taught me all the right ways, and that's when I was like looking at magazines more and wanting to do it more.
Okay. And Blanca?
When I was little, my mom, she put me in modeling and acting, but I quit, but I also got back into it, and I'm now signed with Laura's Productions. But Sandy as well, she teaches me and kind of mentors me about modeling and fashion runways.
Okay. So what are you guys doing currently that instills with this modeling career?
I'm mostly doing freelancing, you know, whatever comes around, whatever I see, I jump on it. I've been doing magazines lately and just fashion shows that are coming up. I did Santa Fe Fashion Week, and that was great. And I'm just open to doing everything and anything.
Okay. And Blanca?
Right now I'm just doing fashion shows. I'm trying to get my face out there and get people to know my name. Mostly I do fashion shows in El Paso with Laura's Productions.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, very good. So you guys are obviously in the modeling industry, well, obviously. But what I'm trying to get at is what do you guys plan on doing afterwards? If there's anything, do you plan on doing it going into a business, or is it more so just modeling for a specific amount of time?
I would have to say modeling, just in whatever. And if I do get signed, I would love it. But I mostly just want to do everything step by step and just do whatever comes.
Okay. And Blanca?
Yes, I'm trying to do the same thing. Just I want to continue modeling, maybe as a career if I'm that lucky, but yes.
Okay. So would you guys be interested in having your, like, say, future kids do it, or would you guys try to inspire anybody else to do it? Have you guys done anything of that in the community, or?
Yes, mostly. You know, just doing little things on Facebook and showing people model movement, showing people that you can do it. You know, just get out there and talk to Sandy or talk to other people and just put yourself to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I would encourage modeling because it's not just being on a stage and walking with clothes. It builds confidence for yourself. It gives you that sense of, for me, like freedom to be able to walk up on that stage. Honestly, I would just say more like confidence building that it gives you the most.
Okay. Were you guys ever fearful in a sense to jump into this, or was it just I just completely jumped into it and see what happens, right?
Oh, no. Yes. I get nervous, and then once I get there, I'm like, oh, you know, it's good. And then when it's time, I'm like, but I'm going to get on there, and I'm going to go up there, and I'm just going to shred it, and then get down, and I'm like, oh, my God, can I do it again? I'm like, wait, again. So it's just, it boosts you and gets you up there.
Very good. And
I wouldn't necessarily say like that I'm nervous, more excitement, like anticipation, like just the chance to be up on that stage and everybody have their eyes on you because of what you're wearing or how you walk and saying like, oh my gosh, like look at that girl. Yeah.
great. Well, I would just like to say thank you, ladies, for joining me today. Abby Kafara and Blanca Martinez. Just like thank you, and thank you for coming up.
Welcome back to New Mexico Insight on Fashion. I'm sitting here with Amanda Caserta and Leslie Mayfarth.
Yes.
Correct. And they are in charge, and maybe not in charge, but you're part of Santa Fe Fashion Week, correct? And then
Right.
you are a manufacturer
Right.
here in
Yes.
New Mexico. Tell us a little bit about both of those duties.
Well, I'm Amanda Caserta. I am the executive producer along with Stephen Cuomo of Santa Fe Fashion Week. We create the springboard and the opportunity to bring creatives together that do clothing and jewelry and all kinds of things to get their name out there and really get seen and noticed. And Leslie here does manufacturing locally here in New Mexico, so she's a really important part of the fashion business here as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because you can have a great idea, but somehow you need to be able to bring that into 3D. And so we can go ahead and help with that process. So basically
Kind of
that's
tell
what
us
we do.
about that process. Where does it start and where can we begin with that?
I've had people that just begin with stick figures or an idea, and they walk in and they say, well, I'd like to do this. And from there we start a dialogue as to what their vision is. And I have trouble reading minds sometimes, so we have to really talk about what they want, and they need to be as specific as possible. And the more information that they can give me, the closer I'll be able to reproduce exactly what they want. So we start with their idea, their vision, and get that sketched out pretty solid. And from there, we then go ahead and make a pattern, and from there we can make a garment, and then they can go ahead and go on from there. That's a rough outline, and we do everything from making the patterns all the way through fulfillment. So we can go ahead and do their markers, figure their fabric, do their manufacturing, do their packaging, and get it shipped off to their clients. And they can sort of pick and choose out of any of those things what they would like to use of our services. So
you make the garment from start to finish.
from start to finish,
It's
right.
from the design to the pattern.
Right,
the clothes.
exactly. And there's a lot of different ways to get there. There's no, it's not black and white. We were just having a discussion earlier about things being black and white, and I like to see things as sort of gray, and being able to work outside the box on some things. The creative process I don't see as being sort of square and cubical and being confined. And if you keep yourself open to doing things that are maybe a little bit non-traditional, it's amazing that what you'll come up with in the end. It's just incredible. Sometimes the mistakes turn out to be this wonderful thing.
The best thing.
It's the beauty of art, and
Yeah.
that's really what it is that
Yep.
people are doing.
Exactly.
So what does this say for Santa Fe Fashion Week? Tell me about that.
Okay, well, I feel like part of producing a show and being such a fun part of Santa Fe Fashion Week is bringing people together. There's so many different pieces in the fashion industry. It's one of the world's biggest industries because you have from concept to creation. You have your product now. You are trying to bring it forth into the world. It's almost like giving birth. And I'm really pleased that we're able to kind of provide a springboard and an opportunity for people to get their name out there, get in front of media. It's a big event. People are excited about it. They like to come out. We have all kinds of fashion, anywhere from like our local artists to, regional artists and designers and people from all over the world like to show their fashion at Santa Fe Fashion Week.
And then they can come to you to get it produced.
Right. Exactly.
Absolutely.
Do you work a lot together? Do you show the clothes she manufactures during Santa Fe Fashion Week? Is that?
Currently, I don't have any clients that have actually participated in that this last year. Now, I have had clients that participated in previous years that didn't re-up to go ahead and show again, and I've been doing their manufacturing for them. And so, it's a good mix, you might say. It's a good meeting. Yep.
Well, and I think a lot of people, we also have a lot of emerging designers as well as celebrity designers, and there's always a lot of questions sometimes about where do I go next. So maybe you've sewn some of your own designs, but you don't know where to go. So we have a manufacturer here. We like to have sort of get-togethers, almost like idea simmering pots where people can talk about what they need and what's missing. And so Leslie was actually one of our speakers at our last event, and we're really pleased to kind of bring her piece to the pie.
Right, and by sitting down having our roundtable discussion, it really helped because they work a lot with the students up at the College of Santa Fe, and so a lot of times when they come out, they don't know where to go looking for things. They don't know where to get their fabrics or how to even start. They have the basics once they graduate, but it's like, where do I go from here? And so by networking, I can go ahead and get them to places where they can purchase fabrics and start looking for things so that they're not buying retail. Retail's fine if you want to do your sample line, but really if you want to go ahead and produce a whole line, you need to kind of go back behind the curtain a couple of times and find somebody who's a wholesaler. And so by working with the kids, it's really encouraging to see these young folks coming up and doing something.
And
you know.
emerging.
Yes, exactly. And by Santa Fe Fashion Week, you know, she has a platform, you know, for them to actually, you know, show their stuff.
Yeah, one of the days we're actually going to have a student run show,
Okay.
and they're going to sort of be able to have the experience of selling tickets and bringing it together sort of under our direction, and we're donating the space as well, you know, which is considerable, and it gives them, once again, that springboard and that participation, so they know what they're able to get into.
So are students part of the entire production?
Well, they sort of have their own production, like within their own day.
Wonderful.
They have their own time. You know,
Okay.
it's a fashion week, so we're really happy to have them be a part of it.
What do you think this will do for the fashion industry within New Mexico itself?
Well, I hope to get word out there. You know, once again, I really want to bring the community together, bring ideas together, and really get word out that we have, you know, this platform, that we want to bring creatives together and sort of band together as a region even, and become, you know, representatives of our local culture and our local fashion, and be global players, you know, in a global industry.
Well, thank you so much for being here with us today and adding to New Mexico fashion.
Thank you.